Another day, staring out of my window.
En de artiest die momenteel op de achtergrond aan het zingen is vandaag op bezoek in de studio van ABC. En je hoort het met Mr. Frank McComb. En deze man heeft gewerkt met grote artiesten zoals Chaka Khan, Will Smith, Prince. En heeft ook de Grammy Awards van dit jaar nog bezocht. Welkom Mr. Frank McComb.
Hey, good to be back home.
Yes. Welcome back. So I'm so happy to have you in the studio.
Oh, I'm happy to be here, man. I love radio, but I love it here, man. Just so laid back. Everybody's so cool. One of these days, my accent gonna be like y'all's, man. I'm gonna just fool my whole family and just come back home with the accent.
I'm so happy to hear that you like Suriname. So you arrived Wednesday.
Tuesday, I think Tuesday night, I think it was. And man, I was so tired because I traveled for 2 days to get here, and it was worth it.
Okay. So, Mr. Frank McComb, you're an artist that plays soul and jazz music. Okay. So I would say, for me personally, if I didn't know who you are, I would say that you play jazz music. Is that correct?
Well, a lot of people, they want to classify me as jazz because I play keyboards. But Stevie Wonder plays keyboard and they don't call him jazz. I'm a soul jazz artist. So nowadays, anybody that plays an instrument that's black and they're good at playing that instrument is all of a sudden called jazz just because they can sing well, but they still play the instrument, you know, as well as they can sing. So that's been my case. I think people called me jazz because I started out with Branford Marsalis, who's like in the first family of jazz, the Marsalis family. You know, Branford Marsalis, Wynton Marsalis, the late Ellis Marsalis. But I was in a band called Buckshot LeFonque. But Buckshot wasn't jazz. Buckshot was eclectic. Yeah. So I'm a piano player who sings who plays as well as I sing, rather.
That tomorrow will be the day I get enough men.
So you arrived Tuesday, and there's a reason behind your visit in Suriname.
Yes, sir.
Tell the people why you're here.
Oh yeah, man. For Valentine's Day, I played a place called the 22 Jazz Club. Actually, Valentine's Day tonight and tomorrow. Yeah, I'm playing at the 22 Jazz Club, and it's crazy because I've been trying to get back here for the longest because I love playing here. Right?
Yeah.
I was here, I'm guessing about 10 years ago, maybe. I played a place called the Log House, and then the guy that owned that spot, he let that spot go, but he set up a birthday concert for me. And I flew back in to play the Marriott for my birthday. And man, when I tell you that place was packed out there, we had such a good time. And then I guess Miguel took off and Ricardo moved. These were my friends that would help him set me up out here. But I just could not find a place to come back and play. And I've been wanting to come back, and then I get this call out of the blue from a gentleman named John Booty. He's like, man, I've got this place, the 22 Jazz Club, and I would love to have you in it. Now, mind you, I'm really happy to be playing this place because I've been looking for a place that I could call, quote-unquote, home. So a place that I could play on a regular. And I'm saying personally, the 22 Jazz Club is such a nice spot, man. I think I found my home. It's a really nice place, man. Good people, good service, the nicest help. You know, everybody there. They're just really cool, man. It's a cool spot.
I think you're making most of the Surinamese people very happy when they hear that. That's good to hear that.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
Well, man, I'm telling you, and I'm telling you, John didn't put me up to this. I'm saying this out of my own mouth as a recording artist who actually got the chance to play the place. Man, y'all need to come and check it out. Come and support the spot because, I mean, the people are cool. Just everybody's just cool, man. Yeah. And it's a nice room. Really nice room.
That's good to hear. So there are still a few shows that you're going to give away.
Yep. Tonight and tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. Y'all come and hang out and get your souls fed, you know. Best way to describe what I do so people would know I'm not just a jazz artist. Yeah. Stevie Wonder, Donny Hathaway meets Herbie Hancock, George Duke, circa 1973. Soul, you know, it's soul music. I'm a soul piano player.
Let's talk about that. Because you also work with a ton of big artists. Can you call some of the names that you already work with?
Well, I think being a keyboard player helped me to be versatile. And I've worked with a lot of people in different genres of music. So there's Fred Hammond and John P. Key with gospel. There's Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Will Smith, in rap. And who else did I work with? I worked with a few people in rap. There was also Jam Master Jay. I did some session work for him in Philadelphia. And speaking of Philadelphia, I worked with Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff. And they were the songwriting duo for Philadelphia International Records. So they were responsible for the OJs, the Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, Teddy Pendergrass, Lou Rawls. You know, they had some powerful artists over there, and I got the chance to work with some of them. I did. I worked with the Dells. I played with them through Gambling Huff, Phyllis Hyman. I've worked with Patrice Rushen and George Duke and George Benson. The list goes on. Branford Marsalis, of course, Buckshot LeFonque. I've done some stuff, man. I've been around Tina Marie in R&B, Gerald Levert, the OJs. I did a duet with Walter Williams of the OJs just last year. Yeah. So yeah, I've been around for a minute. I've been getting it in, man. I've been getting it in. Chaka Khan, Frankie Beverly. The list goes.
I call that name Chaka
Prince.
Khan. Some of the big names Chaka Khan, Prince. So I did some research and I saw that you also brought out 3 albums.
Oh, I've got many albums. Oh, I've got so many albums, man. I released 3 albums for one per label. Mm-hmm. I was with Motown. No, let me take that back. I released 2 albums but I was signed to 3 different labels. I started with Motown in 91. 92, actually. No, I moved from Cleveland to Philadelphia. Met a gentleman named Steve McKeever, who's responsible for Jill Scott. Well, he met me first just years before. And he talked me into moving to LA, signed to Motown Records. So I did a whole record for them, but it was never released. It was bootlegged, actually, years later. Never got an album out officially, so I left Motown and went to Columbia. And I put out an album called Love Stories. That was after touring with Buckshot LeFonque, in between the 2 labels. So I got a hit song with Buckshot called Another Day, and that led to my deal with Columbia Records. Did a great album called Love Stories, but the label wouldn't push it for political reasons. It had nothing to do with me. Just like with Motown, they never got the record out behind political reasons. Yeah. So Polygram came in and bought the record label for a lot of money, and the little guys like me were forgotten about. So I left, went on the road with Branford. After touring with Branford, I went to Columbia, put out Love Stories, wouldn't push it. Black label, white label, where else is there to go? So I went to an indie label, and they thought they had a modern day slave. So I'm like, nah. You got the wrong one. Yeah. But I eventually got the album out. My second album was called The Truth. That was my sophomore record. I got out of that deal because it was horrible. And I figured, okay, major black label, major white label, indie label. Where else is there to go? So that's when I started doing it myself, because I realized that the person that produced the album, The Truth, was also the same person that I worked with in 95 for the record I did for Motown. That never came out, but he was bootlegging it. At the same time we were pushing the album The Truth, he was bootlegging my other record Behind My Back. And that's what started my independent journey. So in 2004, I recorded an album called Straight from the Vault. And there's nobody else on that whole record but me. I programmed everything, and it sounds like a live band, the whole record. And it got me my first award, Best Album of the Year. Yeah. So I figured the labels didn't get it. I'll do it myself, doggone it.
Man, just the fact that you got signed to Motown Records and Columbia Records, it's still a big win.
It was a great accomplishment for me. So I can say that I was with those labels. Yeah. You know, just so I can say that I did jumpstart my career as a mainstream recording artist. That helps me as far as like really having the notoriety and the credibility. It lets me know that I have the talent to be on major labels.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, yes it does. I must have the heart of a lion.
Mr. Frank McComb, we are at the end of our interview, but I think it will be foul of me not to invite you to the studio and make you sing something for us.
I can't, man. I got to save it for the night. You know what? That's what I always do. I always have to save my voice, especially on show day. I got to save it for show day. I have to. And then I have severe sinuses, man. I've been fighting with that. So I got to save it for the night. Y'all got to come out tonight and hear it. Y'all got to come out tonight. Play some CD's, play some records.
Frank McComb, deze man heeft gewerkt met een tal van grote artiesten zoals Chaka Khan, Will Smith en Prince. En hij is dus ook in Suriname om een aantal shows weg te geven. Nou, dat hebben we het gehad voor Frank McComb. Mr. Frank McComb.
Hey, thank you.